Okay, math fans, today we're looking at power equations and exponential equations for our exponential unit. So power equations are different than exponential equations. So a power equation it's an equation where the variable has an exponent. So this variable is carrying an exponent. This variable is carrying an exponent. Okay? Variable has an exponent. Variable has an exponent. Okay? Rules. We got simple rules. One, we have to isolate the variable. So this variable is all by itself. This one is not. So here I would have to add 1, then divide by 5. Okay? 2, raise each side to a reciprocal power. PWR for power. And then solve. Okay, so this is already isolated. There's no number in front of the x. All I have to do is right to number 2, raise each side to the reciprocal power. Well, what is the reciprocal of 2/3? Well, that's right, it's 3/2. Now, this is not like Algebra 2. Oh my God, what does this mean? Blah, 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 blah. No, that's what this thing is for right here. You pull out your handy-dandy calculator and you type it into your calculator. Simple. 16, x raised to the y key. If you have your graphing calculator, it's the caret key. And then I'm going to type in 3/2. I'm going to use parentheses, 3 divided by 2, close parentheses, hit equal, and my answer says 64. So guess what? X equals 64. I don't care what the calculator does, okay? We know the 2 is the root, 3 is the power. All we care about is the answer 64, okay? All right. Isolate the variable. So we got to we need to get all of this we have to get that thing all by itself. So I got to add 1. So that's 5x to the 2/3 equals 20. Then I'm going to divide by 5. So x to the 2/3 equals 4. So I added 1, I divided by 5. I got x to the 2/3 equals 4. And now I'm going to raise each side to the reciprocal power. I'm going to raise to the 3/2. Yep, you can do it in your head, or else you have this handy-dandy thing right here called a calculator. And all I'm going to do is do 4, x to the raised to the y key, parentheses, 3 divided by 2, close parentheses, hit equal, and I get 8. So this x right here equals 8. Okay? Yes, if you can do it in your head, great. Right, the square root of 4 is 2, cubed is 8. Okay? Looks like I like 3/2, 2/3, oh, whatever. Okay, so here, I got to subtract 7. So that's 2x to the negative 3/2 equals a 54. Now I have to divide by 2. So x to the negative 3/2 equals 27. And now I'm going to what? Raise each side. And oh, it's a negative. Who cares? Negative 2/3. I don't care that it's a negative. You think this thing cares? No. Just type it into the calculator. 27, x raised to the y key, parentheses, oops, yeah, I did it right, negative 2 divided by 3, close parentheses, hit equal, 0.11111. Okay, if you didn't know that's 1/9, on this calculator, I can do shift and then this DC key, I'll change it to a fraction. 1/9. X equals 1/9. So now you guys need a graphing calculator, or I told you on your phone you can download Calculator X. And download, once you get to Calculator X, download the one that looks like a graphing calculator. It'll do everything that your TI-84s will do. Okay? It'll take care of all of our needs. All right. Here's why you need a calculator, because this one you're going to have to round to the nearest hundredth. So it's not going to be a nice answer. Who cares if it's not a nice answer? Okay? So I'm going to start by subtracting 2. So I have 5x to the 3/4 equals a 4. Now I'm going to divide by 5. Well, when I divide by 5, that's going to be a fraction. Or I can change it to, if it's a nice decimal, leave it as a nice decimal. The calculator doesn't care. Okay, especially because I'm saying round to the nearest hundredth. But I'm going to leave mine as a fraction. So I have x to the 3/4 equals 4/5. That's right. I don't care that it's a fraction here. Raised to the 4/3. And it's just a matter of typing it into the calculator. Now with this calculator, I'm going to do parentheses. I'm going to do parentheses. I'm going to use my ABC key. 4/5. So 4 ABC 5, close parentheses. Caret key, x raised to the y key. Open parentheses, 4 divided by 3. Close parentheses, hit equal. I have this thing, point. I know that's not going to be a nice number because the cube root of 4/5 is irrational. So like I said, round to the nearest hundredth, we have x equals 0.74. No one says these answers are going to be perfect. There, done with the problem. Okay? All right. So that's power equations. Isolate the variable, raise to the reciprocal power, solve. All right. Exponential equations. This is where the variable is the exponent. So 2 to the x, 4 to the x. Here's some more. Rules. 1. Isolate the base with, well, it's actually just the base. Isolate the base. 2, in these problems, we're going to be able to get a common base. Get common base. And then once we have a common base, multiply exponents. We're going to multiply the exponents, drop the base, set exponents equal. Solve. Okay? All right, so this is isolated. There's no like 5 over here. We got to divide by 5 or anything like that. So now we have to get a common base. That's right. 2 is the lowest possible number that we can go. 2 to what power is 16? So we have to rewrite 16 as a power of 2. That's right, it's 2 to the 4th. These bases are the same, so I can drop the bases, set the exponents equal to each other. Done. Here's one that's a little bit more challenging. I'm going to add 3. I added 3. Now I'm going to divide by 5. Now, I have a base of 4 and this is an 8. Is there a nice power of 4 to give me 8? There is. It's a fraction. Unless you want to come up with that fraction, we have to go smaller. That's right. We're going to do base 2. 2 to some power, and then 2 to some power. Well, 2 to what power is 4? Well, that's right. 2 to the second, and then 2 to what power is 8? That's right. It's a 3. This is where we say multiply the exponents. Okay, so we're going to drop the base. We multiply the exponents and set them equal. So I have 2x equals 3. Where am I going to write that? 2x equals 3, so then x equals 3 halves. Okay? I finish that out over there. Uh-oh, this one's different. I have a 1 over 27 and I have a 9. Uh-oh, there's a fraction over here. Well, as soon as you see this 1 over stuff, start thinking of negative exponents. Okay? All right, so you know the answer's got to be a negative exponent. So it's going to be something to a negative number. Who cares? All right, let's just focus on 27 and 9. Is there a nice power of 9 to give me 27? No. There is. It's a fraction. You don't want to come up with it. Okay, so we got to go smaller. What are we going to use? That's right, 3. So it's 3 to some power, and then 3 to some power. Oh, I got to write smaller. So what number am I going to put in the box here? That's right, a negative 3. 3 to the third is 27, so 1 over 27 is a negative 3. And this is a 2. That's right, 3 to the second is 9. The bases are the same. We'll multiply the exponents and we'll set them equal to each other. So negative 3x plus 9, and then 16 minus 2x. So I have a nice easy equation. Oh man, I really made this easy. So I got to add 3, subtract 16. So what do we have? Negative 7 equals x. I mean, you really made that easy. I made that one too easy. All right, this one. Same thing. Is there a power of 4 to give me 32? No. So we have to go smaller. That's right, 2. So 2 to some power, and then 6 to the 6 minus x. And then 2 to some power, negative x. What goes in here? Use this. That's right, a negative 5. That's a negative 5. And then this is a 2. Okay, 2 to the 5th is 32. So 1 over 32 is a negative 5. So I'll drop the bases. I'll multiply and set equal. So it's a negative 30 plus 5x equals a negative 2x. Okay, so it's just solving here. Subtract, so I have negative 30 equals a negative 7x. So x equals 30 over 7. Okay. Well, I know I did those quick, but these were old. You guys did these last year. Okay, but I'll let you digest that a little bit longer. Write down what you have to write down. Follow the rules. These problems are easy.